Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective. I'm going to adjust my little thing here so I don't have to keep my arm tucked under my armpit. Wanted to get on here real quick and talk about something that's just disgusting me. But some of you may not understand the requirements for the Illuminati and for the praising of Moloch and all of the things that they practice. There's a little known requirement that in order to be part of the system, you have to dispose of your firstborn. Now, I gotta be a little careful. I mean, my channel is up for grabs with YouTube anyway, so I mean, but I'm trying to do this so that I can get a point across without them stepping on me. But in order to be part of the system, you have to get rid of your firstborn. But there's a caveat in there. First, male. You can either dispose of that male in a ceremony that is quite violent and disgusting, or you can change that male into the other one. Okay? Come on. But if you notice actors that have their young sons with them, there's been a lot of them that have all of a sudden popped up in dresses. And it's bothersome. But there's a reason they're doing that. Because they don't want to dispose of their first male. So they turn their first male into a first female. And that's how they get around it. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because of the push that you're seeing with this administration into the practices of Moloch, of sacrifice, of unlimited killing of children with the funding of Planned Parenthood, freedom of movement by traffickers with the southern border. They're trying to boost back up their supply for, you know, their youth drug of adrenochrome. They're trying to get that boosted back up because these people are withdrawing like crazy because they're not getting their fix. You notice people age very rapidly when they don't have their fix of adrenochrome. So they're trying to put all this stuff back in order. They're trying to re-establish their supply line for the sacrificing to Moloch so that they can go to, I guess, Walnut Grove or whatever, Oak Grove. Anyway, they want to praise their owl as their symbol, and they want to dispose of humans to please that entity. But they're trying to do this. They're trying to get it all open back up. But I listened to the exchange with Senator Rand Paul and that dude looks like a lady that he was talking to, the Health and Human Services candidate. And the answer to if he would put a stop to transitioning of basically infants, allowing a 3-year-old to make the decision to be a opposite of what they are. And that piece of shit gave the same exact answer verbatim. I look forward to, when I get approved, meeting with you in your office to discuss this. That son of a bitch needs to stay the hell out of Health and Human Services, and he needs to find a place where his euphoria of mutilating children and changing their identities needs to be wherever that dark place is. But that piece of shit should not have any say whatsoever about the health and human services of this country. We can take care of ourselves. I could see that piece of shit in his level of confusion deciding that I should be transitioning by now. No, I'm quite proud of my balls. I've had them for a long time. They're kind of bulky and they get in the way sometimes, but I'm satisfied with them, and I think I'll keep them. But I guess you call this a bitch session, because I'm sick and tired of the shit show that's going on, and I realize that most of this is a show, but it really bugs me that somebody that is awake as I am has to sit around and twiddle my thumbs while people resist knowledge. They have it all. It's all at your fingertips. Google makes it a bitch, but there are other search engines. There are other ways to find this information. So ignorance is a choice, and the inability to wake up to reality, I don't know what to call that. I don't know if that's a choice or if that's just the brain is so far melted that they can't process anymore. But it's just about time for this shit to end. And I think that we've got a speech coming up, I think, Sunday from the president on the president, not the puppet that's masked up and working in the studios, but the president will be speaking on Sunday. And I hope that he gives us something, because frankly, me as a patriot and many, many more that are out there, including y'all, if you're hanging around with me, you probably have a lot of the same mindset. And if you're just coming to the channel and you happen to have a liberal mindset, you've got to start listening. We are not here to harm people that have a difference of opinion. We're here because you are being lied to, and I personally am trying to expose the lies so that you can start processing the information without the influence of the mainstream media and all of the MK Ultra mind screwing that's going on constantly. You got to open up your brain. You got to start thinking for yourself. But anyway, the president will be speaking Sunday, and I hope that he gives us something to work with. The 4th of March is coming up, and signals indicate that there is going to be something happening on the 4th of March. I don't have a clue what. I know what needs to happen, but we are going to have to wait and see. But running around in the blind, when we are, like I said, as awake as we are, being forced to mingle with the sheep in their bliss of ignorance, is unfair, and it's time for it to stop. I know that everything was, oh, well, it's going to be hard before it gets better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. There's going to be dark days before the light. Well, it's been pretty dark for a long time, especially when you've been awake for 35 years and been forced to mingle with the sleeping masses. It's been very difficult. So it's time for shit to change. It's time for the president to, as my father would say so eloquently, either you shit or you get off the pot and you put somebody else on that son of a bitch that will shit. Because it's time. We need this change right now. It's going crazy out here, and it's not fair for us to have to deal with it when we know exactly what's going on. But anyway, that's my rant. God knows I didn't want to do that live because I didn't want to have the inability to edit if I might have thrown something a little more aggressive into the video. So that's what I got. If you guys like what I have to say, tell your friends about it. Wake up all the people you can, because it's time. Hit the thumbs up on the way out the door. And until next time, y'all, stay in the fight.